So I was writing down my pharma notes and I was getting very bored. तो मैंने सोचा कि क्यों ना तुम लोगों को अपने पोस्टिंग्स की कुछ कहानी सुना दें. Like a baby birth in front of me, natural delivery. Baby's head was already in the vaginal canal and we didn't know. She was tired of pushing, so like the baby was stuck in the. Suddenly a lot of blood started rushing outwards. Then we were like, oh my god. So you guys get the chance to name the baby. तो कहानी शुरू ऐसे होती है कि इट वॉज द लास्ट डे ऑफ माई OBG पोस्टिंग. तो लाइक तुम लोगों को पता नहीं होगा, पोस्टिंग्स के बारे में बता देती हूँ. वी आर इन सेकेंड ईयर MBBS. तो हमारी अब हॉस्पिटल में पोस्टिंग्स लगती है. बेसिकली 9 to 11 हमें अलग अलग डिपार्टमेंट में जाना होता है, पेशेंट को देखना होता है. ओके, सो इट वॉज द लास्ट डे ऑफ माई OBG पोस्टिंग, लाइक ऑब्स्टेट्रिक्स एंड गायनेकोलॉजी, जिसको हिंदी में स्त्री एवं प्रसूति रोग विभाग बोलते हैं. सो आवर OBG posting was in Cheluamba Hospital. Here in Mysore, we have KR Hospital and Cheluamba Hospital, which are attached. KR Hospital is for general patients. Cheluamba Hospital is specially for mother and child care. Our hospital has a very nice infrastructure. We had to go there for our posting. So me and one of my classmate Raghav, we both went there because हम लोग की postings थी. On that day, we went to the maternity ward for the first time. And there were so many pregnant women just lying on the bed and waiting for their turn when their baby will come out. वहाँ पे दो एक्टिव लेबर केसेस थे. मूवीज में नहीं दिखाते दैट वाटर हैज ब्रोक एंड लाइक दे रश टू द हॉस्पिटल, लाइक दैट दे वर इन एक्टिव लेबर. सो द बेबी वॉज एक्चुअली कमिंग आउट, ट्राइंग टू कम आउट. तो हमने उनमें से एक का केस देखा था. Actually, we are not allowed to tell the personal details of the patient to anybody. So let's just assume that the lady who was pregnant, her name is Lakshmi. Okay, we'll just assume it for now. So this Lakshmi, she was pregnant and she was lying on a bed in a lithotomy position. For those of you who don't know what is a lithotomy position, I'll show you the picture. This is the lithotomy position. So she was lying on a bed in lithotomy position, and the baby, actually even we didn't know that the baby is coming out, but we were just thinking she's having contractions and she's trying to push the baby out, but the baby's head was already in the vaginal canal and we didn't know. So we just went inside and we saw her lying on a bed, and the doctors were around her and the nurses also, they were around her and they were like encouraging her to push more. And this Lakshmi, who we have named Lakshmi, she was trying to push the baby very much and she was tired, completely tired, like you could see that she is tired. But since the baby was not out and she was already tired, so everybody was a little bit worried. And since me and my friend had no idea what a birthing process looks like, so we were thinking that she is trying to push but the baby is not coming out. But actually she was tired of pushing, so like the baby was stuck in the vaginal canal and the doctors were trying to motivate her to push farther so that the baby, at least the baby's head would come out, then they would hold the baby and they will take it out. But she was extremely tired. So finally they decided to do an episiotomy. They tried multiple times to make her push the baby out, but obviously it was not working and it was her first baby. So they decided that we'll do an episiotomy. For those of you who don't know what an episiotomy is, this is an episiotomy. So in an episiotomy, we do a lateral cut on the vaginal wall to make space for the baby's head to come out. So the doctor who was assisting in the birthing process, she took a scissor and she put it there and she started cutting the vaginal wall. And suddenly a lot of blood started rushing outwards. Obviously, if you cut the skin, blood will come. So there was a lot of blood coming out and the baby's head, finally we could see that, oh, this is the circular baby's head and here she is cutting the vaginal wall. And suddenly we were like, oh my god, it was horrible to see. After a few more pushes, the baby finally came out and It was blue, completely blue. The closest I can tell you is that, have you ever been in a swimming pool or been in water for like 4 or 5 hours? How your hands will swell and will become crease like and bluish. That was the same. The whole body of the baby was just the same. Of course, it's been in fluid, amniotic fluid, for like 9 months. Imagine how the skin would have been. So it's the closest one is once you go into water for like 4 or 5 hours, and your feet and your hands will swell up and become crease like folds, and it will be bluish like that. The baby was there. I'll show you a picture. Wait. So this is how the baby was looking like. And then the umbilical cord was connected, and the doctor clamped the umbilical cord at two sides, one above and one below, and then she cut the umbilical cord in between, and the baby started crying.
The baby was like,
We were so happy seeing the baby. And if you would have seen the mother, terrible sight. She was cut, she was bleeding, she was in a terribly tired state. It was just the opposite. Just how happy you would see the baby to be, the mother was just pathetic. So my friend decided to stay with the mother, and I was just too curious, so I went to see the baby. They took the baby out from there, they wiped it off, then they put the baby on a sterile cloth piece, and then they took it out from the labor room. They kept the baby in something like this. Then you have to clamp the umbilical cord. So the nurse who was carrying the baby, she needed a clamp, and luckily I was there. So she asked me to give the clamp. So I just searched for the clamp there, and then I took out the packet. You are not supposed to touch anything which is going to touch the baby's body. So you are not supposed to touch the clamp either. So I very carefully, I opened the packet like this, and then she took it from there. Like, if you open the packet like this, she took it from here, and she clamped the baby's umbilical cord. Then she held the baby again and took it for measuring the weight on a weighting scale which looks like this. And during this whole process, the blue baby suddenly started to turn pink, and it was almost pink.
it was such a cute color. I can't even tell you. It was so cute.
From light blue to light pink, and the color change, I could see the color changing. I saw that.
It was awesome.
So after waiting the baby, she again put the baby back into the tray, and she wrapped it like this, and she went to see the mother. On the mother's side, the doctors were suturing her. The episiotomy that they had done, they have to suture it again so that it does not start leaking, the blood doesn't leak much. When they were suturing the inside of vagina, she didn't had any pain, but when they went to the skin and they were suturing that part, she cried with pain. Although she was given the local anesthetics, she literally cried with pain. Baby was this cute and all wrapped in a towel like thing, and the mother was devastated. It's unimaginable pain, unimaginable tiredness. It's on another level. So after watching this much, we had a class at 11 o'clock, so we had to leave. We couldn't stay there any longer, so we just left that building and we came to our class. I think that was the most beautiful experience I had in my OBG posting. I do cross the Cheluvamba hospital many times a day, and I always see those pregnant mothers exercising, roaming around, crying with pain, and their husbands supporting them. It's such a nice view. Okay, and I can't be partial. I had named the mother Lakshmi, so you guys get the chance to name the baby. She was a girl, this much I'll tell you. Whatever name you give to the baby, I'll choose one and I'll name her that in my next video. Stay tuned, subscribe and share. And I almost forgot I had to write my pharma notes. Shit.